Welcome to the Totally Boise Hot Seat.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Totally Boise Hot Seat podcast. We have a super fun and cool guest today. We're super excited to have her on. My name is Lauren. I am the co-host.
Hi, I'm Noelle.
And we are here with Izze with Duck Club Presents and Treefort Music Fest. Welcome, Izze.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. We are super excited to have you on. How has your morning been?
Morning's been great. We had our schedule announced come out today for the fest, so not to say I wasn't doing anything. Yes, it's been
for
great.
Sure. Yeah, late night getting that put together.
Yeah, but we have an amazing team, and it's so dialed at this point. So it's like we know what we're doing.
So exciting.
Yes. Yeah.
Love it. Gosh. Well, we have a lot going on here with both Duck Club and Treefort coming up. Gosh, so exciting.
Yeah.
Want to know a little bit just for our viewers at home, what kind of is your job with Duck Club and how are you participating in Treefort?
Yeah, so with Duck Club year-round, I help book our clubs. So our clubs are Treefort Music Hall, Hap Hap Lounge, and then the Shrine Social Club, which has 2 floors. And so it's kind of like 4 venues all in one. So that would be known as talent buyer. And then for the festival, I'm also doing that. So talent buyer and then artist liaison. So coordinating with artists, making sure they have all the things they need, including assets online and things like that. So
wow, that's super impressive.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say talent buying. Tell me a bit about that. I mean, that must be probably a stressful position.
Yeah, I mean, it's so fun, and I have an amazing mentor, Eric Gilbert, who is the wizard behind all of it, kind of thing, amongst many others. But in terms of the talent side of things, he's led that, and getting to be on his team alongside another person named Jake, it's so much fun. And while it is stressful, it's probably one of the more fun jobs. Like I get to talk with agents about artists that we want, and get to curate them on lineups and all those types of things.
Yeah. Super exciting.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, because for Treefort coming up, how many artists do you guys have this year? I was going to say, you've probably been booked and busy.
Yes. I think as of last night, we were at like 580.
Oh my God.
And I think that could be like that high point, but it's somewhere between like 543 and 580.
Gosh, that's amazing. How do you even find 580 artists? That's impressive.
I mean, we're one of the last festivals in the country that is, 1, an independent music fest, and 2, we take open submissions from the public. So it's actually the first year that we've charged for submissions, but not for the first month that they were open, only after that. And that was about $10 to $20 for that, depending on when you submitted. And it's because our submission platform costs like $10,000 a year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So we're just trying to help subsidize that cost, but we get thousands and thousands and thousands of submissions. So yeah.
What kind of goes into selecting an artist for Treefort Music Fest or for Duck Club?
Yeah. So for Duck Club, I mean, that's so much more of like the touring world. So you're thinking about artists that you're like, oh, I really want to see Rufus Du Sol. So you're going to go look at their tour schedule. And for us, we're most of the time, hopefully on the before the tour has been announced, and we're talking with their agents and we're trying to find the right date. We're going back and forth about the offer in terms of like, what do they get paid? And then what size of room, what the ticket price is going to be, all those things. So on the touring side, it's very different than the fest side. Whereas the fest, and I guess I should note on the touring side, when it comes to the artist, it's so dependent on selling tickets. Like you as an artist, your goal is to sell tickets so that you can ultimately get paid the most out of it. And, it's profitable for everyone in that regard. In the fest world, you are coming in and you're getting a flat rate as an artist, and you're still having to ask for what you want kind of thing. And the more established you are as an artist, the more you have there in terms of negotiation power.
Yeah.
But as a fest, we're curating a lineup for a much shorter time frame. So it's 5 days. And we're trying to curate lineups at every venue that make the most sense, that benefit both the local community and the touring acts. We have a huge focus on the local. So for what the artist can do in that way, there's so many things that go into it. And I'd say what crosses over on both sides is how you represent yourself. So having certain media aspects that I can look at. Like I love seeing a live video. I also want to know what you sound like recorded. But the live part is such an important aspect because that's what we're talking about. Like you can be an amazing artist, sounds so good, but if you don't quite feel comfortable performing yet, it's a very different experience that the audience is going to get. And so we take that into
we also want to put on a good show, right? Yes. When you have the community coming out, you want to make sure that artist is going to, bring a slam dunk.
Yeah. And I mean, totally. And like, that's part of Treefort in its magic is like, it's about emerging artists. So, one of our headliners this year, Geese, they came and played the fest a couple years back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so them returning this year and the wave of media they've had this year and just awesome success. Like, it's that type of story that's so special because that artist got to be with us early on. And then it's, we were just a part of that story. So who knows if they were a slam dunk when they came a couple years ago? Right. Like, who knows what their performance
build up to that.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, you have to. It's this as a performer, like you have to just practice what you're doing and get more comfortable being in front of people and all those things. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kind of on that note, as far as booking for the local scene here, you mentioned that it's a really intentional process, especially with Treefort Music Fest, that you are booking for the local scene. Thinking about things on the national scale, from touring artists passing through Boise to Treefort Music Fest, is booking for Boise easy or difficult? And what have you seen change over your time as a talent buyer?
Yeah, I mean, Boise is like this very unique space, right? Like you guys know this, you work in the world of talking about what is coming to Boise and what's happening here. And growth has been what Boise is experiencing for the last 10, 15 years. But in the last 10 particularly, we've seen so much happen. So when it comes to like touring artists, it is a very fascinating world. Festival, again, different. Like the act that's coming in, there's going to be someone at their show no matter what because of the nature of Treefort. With touring act, if you're coming and you're playing the Shrine basement, you have to you have to put in a little extra legwork. And we make sure on our side, when it's a Duck Club Presents show, we have marketing dollars behind it. We're doing our best to get people to the show. So if you're a smaller artist and you're coming to the Shrine Social Club, the ways in which you have to promote yourself is really important. And how we do it as well as Duck Club Presents is really important. But I would say Boise is just a really interesting market. Like, there will be some person that did really well on TikTok recently. And the teeny boppers come to that show, the under 18-year-olds, or even under 21. And we really love that 2 out of our 3 venues are all ages. Not all events can be, but we love that we can do that. So it's cool to see that these teeny boppers will come out for this TikTok star, let's say. But then there's this really incredible, I'll just say world artist who's a unique sound, and you walk in the door and there are 12 people there. And I've always I'm going to look at it on the positive side because I have had this experience, and probably you have too, but you can always talk about that one artist that you saw and there was 12 people in the room. Right. Almost everyone has that story. Mine was Odessa. I got to see Odessa in Salt Lake City with 12 people in a room. Wow. And they were an opener, Wow. And it's that was just happenstance. That's a great little moment to have in your core memory book.
Right.
And I do feel like Boise does allow that. And the best part for artists that are coming through and working, I'm biased, but working with us, and obviously there's other promoters in town and other places where people can play, but Duck Club, entry for it, we really, the artist is first, and taking care of our artists is really important. And so whether there's 12 people in the room or 300 people in the room, we're going to treat the artists the same and give them the same amount of love and attention. So I would say that for the touring artists, hopefully is what brings them back. And the people,
definitely.
Yeah. You know this, Boise people, they're so kind.
Yes.
So it's
for sure.
They're so excited. They're up there I love you. They're buying merch afterwards and getting signatures and all that.
Yeah.
So. No, I hear you there. I mean, I think that's one of the things I love about Boise specifically is just because we aren't a major city. Yes, we're the biggest one in Idaho.
Right.
But having bands or artists come here and like, yes, you have that very intimate crowd. And then you can kind of have that, like, I remember when moment. I have a good friend of mine who saw Beyonce here. Like, think about that for a second. Beyonce coming to Boise, Idaho is insane.
Bananas.
But that was like one of her
unfathomable.
Right. But
You're
to
like,
think,
where?
right? It's like, because we're so small, it's like we have the opportunity to see these like up and coming artists for, you know, probably a lot cheaper than, you know, Madison Square Garden or even just like a bigger city like LA.
Yeah.
And have those moments where it's like, my friend can now say she saw Beyonce back when she was like touring nationwide, but wasn't as big as she is now. And so how incredible to have those moments.
Totally. I mean, Lizzo is one of those artists.
Yes.
So like a strong Black female, like she's someone that came to play Treefort, was having her moment as it was happening. Like we booked her right before she's on her up and up. And so, yes, we got her, let's say, at like a better deal, but that doesn't mean like it was worth any less. And, you know, it's something that I will know is what's changed in terms of what we've all noticed in the industry is Boise was a stopover place for touring acts. So they were going from Salt Lake to Portland, Seattle. There's a few other routes in there, but that was the most common one. And so people would stay over in Boise and weren't playing shows. So that's how we kind of got started. So Eric Gilbert kind of saw the light because he was also touring and was like, wait, I want people to be playing shows. So he started booking shows. And we are definitely still a place that is considered stopover, but we are also a place that people do want to come to, which is awesome. So that's a really cool change that we continue to see grow and sometimes have to fight for.
I actually would love to learn a little bit more about Duck Club Presents and how it just kind of started. Like you said, it was Boise was this like kind of flyover drive-through spot, and now we're a place that artists want to come and check out the community and play shows here. Kind of how did everything start?
Yeah, so Eric Gilbert, who is my boss, friend, mentor, a huge part of this community, he was touring with his band with Built to Spill. And Built to Spill, very well-known Boise band. And he just started to see this trend in touring that people were coming to Boise, like I said, and they weren't stopping. And he is someone who, I always make the joke, like all bands are his children, which is why we have so many artists play at Treefort. No, but truly it's like such a gift because he really does such a good job at trying to make space for everyone and giving ample opportunity for that. And so how it started was him seeing that need. And he started booking shows. There's actually a whole documentary on it, which is very cool. And I can get you that link.
Yes, please. You want to plug it for any listeners?
I don't remember what.
That is okay.
Yes, but I'll get
Put
you
in the link below.
Put in the link below.
Yeah.
And as he was doing that, there's a few different pieces of the puzzle that the timeline I might kind of butcher here, but a few other people came on. And Megan Stahl being one of the co-founders, marketing director over there, she took his vision and made it something that other people could consume. And she's just a music nerd and like just has so much fun in the scene. She is the life of the party kind of thing. So Megan Stahl, Drew Larona, Lori Chandro, and a few others that I'm missing, but they kind of started to formulate this together. And Duck Club actually came after Treefort. So the first Treefort that ever happened was kind of the beginning of that relationship. And Duck Club came from them realizing they wanted an agency because they wanted to book shows year round, but they didn't want it to be the festival. And I think that's, I don't know the reasoning behind some of that, but I think it's a great thing they did because it allowed a little bit of autonomy, allowed growth for the festival on its own, and giving legs to this year-round component here. So yeah, I mean, it really started because there was a need for it. I think someone would have done it eventually. I'm really glad it was who it was because they did it with great intention.
Absolutely.
We had the Big Easy at the time, which is the Knitting Factory now. And there's like bigger arenas that people could go to, but there really wasn't smaller places to play, which is for touring acts. That's where you start. Right. You're starting in these clubs that are 200 cap or 100 cap capacity. And that's how you need to start. So they were finding places for that, which is cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So wonderful. I think just to speak on what you kind of mentioned earlier of Treefort would have happened in one way or another. And thank goodness it happened the way it did. Last year was my first Treefort that I was able to attend. And it was truly one of the most impactful experiences I've ever had in Boise. It changed a lot of things for me and really opened up my eyes to this really intentional, lovely, deep art scene here. And I was wondering, on that note, how does Duck Club kind of work to support local artists? You've touched on it with Treefort Music Festival. But I would love to hear more about, some of your artist nights. I know you hold a few of those as well, but as far as continuing education and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, the things that happen with Duck Club year round are a vast array of things. Yeah. And it's one of the things that, it takes up a lot of my life, a lot of our team's life, but I can't imagine not doing it. We are truly all there because we believe in it and care about it. So that being said, a lot of people will come to us with a vision of I want to do tonight at Hap Hap, we have a craft club and they're just going to be up there crafting and you come in, you can just get crafts. Fun. Yeah. And Hap Hap
I might go.
Yeah, you should. You should. They're like little punch card things, which I don't still completely understand, but they're really cute. It's kind of, I think of it as when you would write your parents an IOU and you'd be like, I owe you dishes,
Do you ever do that? Yeah. Coupon book for your parents.
Yep. That's kind of how I think of it.
Love it.
Or 5 stars for doing all these things. But so, our spaces, we are event spaces. So we definitely get to cater to whatever it is. And that's also private events, weddings. We have so many amazing weddings that come through. High school proms, all these awesome things. So up at Hap Hap, we do this series that we call After Hours. And about once a month, they do a music talk. And I love that they're doing this. And this is mostly put together by Nathan Walker, who heads up Duck Club Touring and Treefort for Good, which is our nonprofit leg, which we started when the pandemic happened so that we could continue fundraising in the ways of supporting ourselves and the business and keeping it alive, but through a nonprofit and make that actually a reality, something we talked about for a while. So Nathan Walker puts together these music talks and it's so cool because you see artists like McKenna Esteb, who's a local Boise artist who's done the touring stuff and who's really trying to continue building that and who has a lot of insight to share. Same as Plum Vision, just a lot of amazing female artists too, and male artists, of course, all combined. But sitting there and getting to share their experience and some of the questions you're asking me today are the questions that those folks are sitting there answering. And I've been on one of those panels as a talent buyer. And it's so cool because you're realizing the people in the room, they showed up, they made a point to be there to learn this because they want to grow and they want to make those steps.
Yeah.
So that's just a part, this is one thing that I think is so special that we get to do up there.
Absolutely. There's so many special opportunities. And I think especially from, what I've been able to see in terms of my short time in the grand scheme of things being involved in the music scene here, it's really wonderful to see how much, Duck Club makes a very concerted effort to provide that education to local artists in an area where the national scene wouldn't necessarily think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm sure I know someone would have done it, and I think the people that came together on it, it's very natural and a natural growing world and it continues to grow. And I love seeing how people come together in it. So
absolutely.
Yeah. I love it.
Super beautiful.
Yeah. I didn't even know that you guys had a nonprofit that you guys put together for artists. That's really amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't speak too much to it. That's totally Nathan's thing, that I am always trying to better understand so I can communicate it. But it's, it's just nonprofit world, right? There's a lot of lingo there.
Totally. Yeah. So much verbiage. Yeah. It's so great.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice too for also just local artists in the scene. And for those that don't know, Noelle is also a local artist here.
Yes. I go by the name of DJ Nofo. Yeah. Super fun. Just, if you ever want to come dance with me.
Yes, we love it. We love having all of our artists here at the studio. But I guess I'm also really curious because you do mix a lot with obviously traveling artists and then the local scene. For those that travel, do you get any feedback on how people like Boise? Because I always wonder that when like artists come here, just because we are a different city. Like, do they love it? Do they have things that they're like, oh, this is very different? I'm curious.
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's like a number of things just that flood into my head. And it's always these great stories. Mark Rabelais, he came here and he, that was so awesome. And he did this tour that was called Places I'll Never Go Again. And here we are. And he came to Boise and I think he has like a relative or something that has a place up in, let's say, Donnelly or McCall or something. So he got to, before being in Boise for his show, hang out up there. The man fell in love with Idaho, fell in love with Boise, on a tour that was called Places I'll Never Go Again. So it's stuff like that. I mean, we get really great feedback. We really do. And again, I have like the bias in knowing that our team cares so much. And so we're really going to make sure, do our best that the artist has a good experience. And again, to the community that shows up to it, they're a huge part of that and making the artist feel good. People love Boise. They love coming to Boise. And I'm sure there are people out there that are like, nope, wasn't for me. and that's okay. Like, I hope they come back.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep. On the note of that too, with the Treefort experience I had last year, the one thing that I do every time I meet somebody, whether I'm traveling or, say I'm on a Zoom call with them and they're not from the area, I say, they're like, Boise, you're from Boise? I'm like, no, you don't understand. And if you want to know, and you're a music lover, come to Treefort Music Festival.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so cool to see, the city just essentially turn into a venue for 5 days in March.
Right? It's pretty incredible.
And to be surrounded by music, not only music, but art and all of these different forts, as you call them. It's really incredible to see. And I'd love to hear a little bit more about all of the forts, how those kind of came to be. And do you book for those as well?
So I do not book for those as well. And I love that we have these forts. So Treefort, we have Story Fort, Film Fort, Food Fort, Yoga Fort, Hack Fort, Art Fort, which I was the director of Art Fort for a number of years. And it's kind of how I had my foot in the door, was doing marketing, and then wanted to kind of be like I wanted to be like a know-it-all. I wanted to know everything about the fest. And so I started doing more of kind of everything wherever I could. And there's a few people on our team that we like to refer to. It was particularly one who we like to refer to as special ops. But they, getting to run Art Fort for a long time was so fun. And yes, I would program that. So the way we think of our fort directors are programmers. They are creating an entire experience for people to come and be a part of. And it's so special. I mean, Comedy Fort alone brings in some of the most funny people, like Tig Notaro a couple of years ago.
Yes.
My parents accidentally went to that.
No way.
Yeah, they thought they were going to the ballet. But they loved it. They were obsessed. So there's just like some amazing talent that comes in through all these forts. And it's people that care deeply about it. Like year after year, show up, bring in amazing programming. We've had a few changeover in hands of who takes over the forts, which is important. And because they're going to bring a new perspective every time. A lot of the forts, they're free to attend. A lot of them you might need a wristband for. Some of them have ticketed events. There's so many different things, and they exist all around the festival. So Treefort being kind of what you said, like downtown becomes a venue, and that's because all of the venues become a venue. And we used to get so creative with it. Any empty space, we were like, can we use that? Like property manager, if you can't rent it, up until, which was really stressful because we'd be like, we might have this venue, we won't know until March 1st.
Oh boy.
I know. And if not, we would figure it out. We always had a backup plan, but
love it.
And then we started to make the joke that we would find a place, make it look cool, and then someone would buy the spot because they saw that there was potential there.
Amazing.
Yeah. So you're welcome. I'm just kidding.
Gotta outfit it first, right? Make it pretty.
Yeah, make it cute. Make it cute. Facelift. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I just the immersion of it all and I know not everyone gets to do that, right? Like if you really want to Treefort, you get your 5-day pass and you're like in it to win it.
Yeah. It's a marathon.
Yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yep.
And like, that's a really great way to do it. I always recommend that. I recommend volunteering if it's your first time. Like, there's so many ways to get involved in it. But one of the new parts that I'm loving about the last couple of years is we've opened up an opportunity to just be a part of specific places in the fest. So, I mean, for the forts, you've always been able to like just go to Film Fort or just go to Hack Fort, Story Fort, Yoga Fort, etc. Now we have something where you can just go to main stage, and that's been so awesome because it allows so many of our people that come in, and probably a lot of your viewers as well, who are like busy parents, busy with life, whatever it is, but still want to go have fun and do their thing. Yeah. And they can come down to the main stage area and go see the headliners, go experience the food, the beer, there's Kid Fort, there's art, there's endless amounts of things. And that's been something that I've really enjoyed seeing. And it's not its own fort, you know, it's just like a new leg of how you get to see the fest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful thing. Yeah. And you've kind of touched on this a few times, but year over year, Treefort, I've even heard from friends who have been attending the festival for years, year over year, Treefort looks different and keeps growing and expanding. And it seems to be very ingrained in the community. And, you know, through all of that, how has Treefort really worked to ingrain itself in the community, and how have you seen Treefort change?
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, we used to be in a parking lot. We were just right over there. We were on between 12th and 13th on Grove. Oh, wow. Where that new beautiful apartment complex is that I don't remember the name of.
The Arthur, I think?
No.
Or Broadstone.
It's directly across from where we get our hair done.
Yes, that's Broadstone.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. Yeah. And so, you know, that was our main stage area. And what a difference. And when we moved to the park, I remember being like, what are we doing? That's crazy. Like, why would we do that? And then it completely made sense, and I was completely proven wrong, and I'm so happy to be proven wrong. But you know, it's like an artist like Sophie Tucker, who came last year.
She was amazing.
I know.
Saw her.
Me too.
Yeah. I had a great time.
Yes, me too. Yay, glad to hear. But you know, someone like Sophie Tucker, they would have been too big for that old main stage.
Right.
The capacity, just everything. So not only have we changed in how we're able to bring in maybe some bigger names, while still focusing on all of these smaller venues, these smaller artists. I would say that the growth that we see there is, I mean, there's just so many ways that it's changed. So I don't even know how to measure it in some ways. And I think it's sometimes been hard for myself, for our community. Seeing change is not always easy, right?
Totally.
I think Boise, sometimes as a collective, people can feel that because they're like, you know, it's the classic, like, California is moving here. And all three of you are like, we know.
We hear that.
That's me.
Yeah. Exactly. And like, I am like, hell yeah, like, bring it, let's go. I mean, I love people moving here and wanting to grow where we live. And so I hope to continue to push that mindset. And I think Treefort gets to do that.
Well,
Absolutely.
I think that you kind of hit on the head there. I don't think the right word is change. I think the word is growth.
It's growth.
I mean, the music scene here is growing. So, of course, now we're going to have a lot more opportunities to get people like Sophie Tucker. And I mean, I saw Remy Wolf last year too, and she was awesome. So these bigger artists, I mean, even like Post Malone, I know he's not with Treefort, but you know, he came out to, I almost said the Taco Bell, what's it called? Extra Mile Arena.
To the Taco Bell.
Well, yeah.
He got a Crunchwrap Supreme off the menu.
He got a Baja Blast and left.
He closed down that menu.
Well, it used to be Taco Bell Arena, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So we now have access to these like way bigger artists, and same thing with like Fort Idaho. They had Hosier last year. That was great.
Yeah.
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
Tyler Childers. There's just so many big artists that are now coming to Boise. But I would love to jump into this year Treefort specifically, because I know a lot of our viewers and listeners are going to want to know kind of all the happenings. We have obviously some great, huge artists coming in.
Yes.
Geese.
Magdalena Bay.
Yes.
You have NG, Cobra.
I know.
I mean, holy cow.
Father John Misty.
Yes, I know.
Real Love Baby.
I know. So excited. I mean, every year people ask me, who are you excited to see? And I'm like, I don't know. Like
all of them.
I kind of choke because I'm like, so many things. There's so many things. And especially being on the programming side of it, these artists pass through my ears once. Every single artist passes through my ears at least one time. And so keeping track of it is a lot. My boss is incredible and very good at that. He can remember when someone played in like 2009 and
amazing
what room it was and who was there. I cannot do that. But this year, the main stage lineup is, this is a fun one to talk about always, because every year we go in with somewhat of a strategy, right? We start to book our main stage acts pretty early on. So, I mean, I'm sure people are already asking us about 2027, and we start to actually nail down some of those conversations in the summertime, and start trying to build out what we want it to look like. And it's so fun to see how it unfolds and who comes to the table and what makes sense. And we, booking for those, sometimes you shoot for the stars and you miss, but it always works out, and there's always someone amazing there. So like Flip Turn in the Beaches, what a cool little lineup that's happening there. I'm very excited for Magdalena Bay. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited to see some of our like hometown heroes, Maddie Zom, Macy Matravers. They're going to be playing main stage. Schedule just announced today. Some of these amazing people who are getting to be on the main stage as well is such a fun experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Outside of that, you said Cobra, Duckworth. Those are people I'm very excited about.
Man.
Hot and Freddie.
Yep.
Like, what a cool circusy vibe. Obviously excited for Geese, and Geese in itself is just like such a conversation because of Cameron Winters. And if you don't know about Geese, again, came to the fest a couple years ago. Cameron Winters is their front man, and Cameron Winters just played Carnegie Hall, and he's one of the third youngest people to play it. And the other people were, I'm going to say Bob Dylan and Paul McCartney.
Wow.
So
holy cow.
What an incredible thing that's happening there. And I mean, I love seeing someone shine like that, and getting to see Geese is just going to be such a special, fun moment, a historical moment, I believe. And we're like somehow the most affordable way to see Geese in the entire West Coast.
Yeah.
So buy your ticket.
So buy your ticket.
So if you want to see Geese, buy your ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, like for our viewers and whatnot, maybe have never been to a Treefort, like what's kind of the vibe that they can expect? Type of music are they going to be listening to? And how many venues do we have this year?
I always say like 27, but I don't actually know. I do know this, but I don't know this. We have a number of venues. And yeah, if you've never been to Treefort, it is mapped out all across downtown. Everything is walkable, bikeable, and most places are very accessible, which is awesome.
Shuttles as well, correct?
Yep, we have amazing shuttles. We work with amazing people that help us shuttle people around. So not only does Lost Grove provide a shuttle bus that they take people to and from Lost Grove to main stage,
awesome.
We also work with the bus system, and we have people who are bands who go and busk on there. Woo-hoo. So you can randomly catch a band that you are like, wait, what? How did they get here?
Yeah.
Oh, so cool.
Or just your favorite local or whatever it is.
Right, yeah.
And I mean, in terms of music, there's something for everyone. Between 550 to something 580 bands, there is something for everyone. And our marketing team works with us very closely to kind of build out these curated schedules of okay, you like Father John Misty, you're probably going to like all these other bands. So we work really well in helping people find the places they want to be.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're just coming in and you see the lineup and you're like, I don't know any of these bands.
Right.
I'm good. I love that.
Yeah.
It's a festival of discovery. I can't wait for you to figure it out.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I actually, that thought popped in my mind, Treefort can really be utilized as a discovery platform for you to find your favorite new artists.
Absolutely.
I remember last year, my favorite night of Treefort was one that completely surprised me.
Oh, yeah.
It was a Thursday night.
Love that.
I ended up at Neurolux. was not expecting to go there. I didn't know who was playing, and it ended up being Jelly Haha and Big Sis.
Yes.
And it was the coolest experience ever. I mean, Jelly Haha was playing. I sent my friend a text that I said, like, this is the weirdest and coolest crap I've ever seen. But it just was like, she screenshotted that and put it on her like photo dump. And
I love
then Big Sis went on after Jelly Haha, and I was up at the front, and I like had bruises on my knees from like being so
my gosh, I
in
love
it.
that.
But really, you know, being able to utilize Treefort as a unique discovery platform to find artists that push your taste is a really, I think, interesting concept that a lot of people should know more about. As far as that goes, have there been any artists that have really surprised you? I know that you're the talent buyer, but have you ever walked into a venue and been like, holy cow, this is life-changing?
Yeah, I mean, like almost all the time, right? And I love that you bring up Jelly Haha and Big Sis. And I love that you're like, wow, this is the coolest, weirdest that I've ever seen. And then Big Sis comes on and you're like, okay, just kidding. This is the coolest, weirdest. No, I mean,
and they're both matching outfits.
Yes.
It was just amazing.
Their merch, incredible.
Top tier. I need to buy some this year.
Yes, I have some. It's amazing.
Dream. I've seen you wear it.
Yeah. But, and you know, Big Sis and Jelly Haha, both returning to the fest this year. Woo-hoo. We've actually put them on the same lineup, but this time at Treefort Music Hall. So this is the type of like growth that I am talking about. Like played Neurolux last year because that's the size of room that made sense. This year, they're big enough to play the hall on, I think, like a Friday night, you know, like don't quote me on that. I can't remember if it's Friday, but, but it's, you know, it's getting to see that growth and see that pairing just shine. Cannot wait. And it truly will go Jelly Haha, Big Sis, and Hot Freddy, which is like 3 weirdos in a row. Love them. Jelly Haha is from here. So Angel Abaya used to go by Angel Abaya for their performance name. So, I mean, talking about walking in a room and seeing something that just blows my mind. I remember Angel's performances before. Always has been incredibly talented, just so good at what she does and has always worked with amazing people. Seeing Jelly Haha for the first time, I actually went and saw her in LA when I was visiting, and it was when she was just first kind of putting Jelly Haha together.
Yeah.
And playing live, I should say. And I was like, this is some of the coolest, weirdest stuff I've seen, you know, and like just watching your friends grow in that way is so special. I remember Thumpasaurus a couple years ago. They are known for a really silly song that I'm not going to like try and sing or anything like that.
I'm like, go ahead.
No.
The floor is yours.
I'm pretty sure the lyrics, no, would not be appropriate. But Thumpasaurus, they are just a like hoot of a band. They are getting the crowd going, and you listen to their music and you know it's a silly time, but you are in that crowd and people are losing it.
Yeah.
So stuff like that is always going to take you by the moment and just so fun. I remember watching Angel Olsen at main stage when we were in the parking lot years ago. I don't remember what year this was, but I knew, like, I loved Angel Olsen. She's beautiful, powerful voice, powerful lyrics. I stood side stage and just wept.
Oh.
It was just so beautiful and like one of those moments that you kind of never forget. So,
well, music is so powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, and even if you find an artist that you've never heard before, like you can just have those moments where it's like, wow, like I'm here and I'm experiencing this like amazing artistic expression and with a room of people that, you know, you feel the community, you feel the love.
Yeah.
But also I think what's cool about Treefort is there isn't that pressure of like, I need to get like a GA pit ticket. It's very like casual. You can kind of just walk in. It's very family friendly and you can find different venues that are either bigger or smaller. But I liked how you touched on the idea of you guys can kind of cultivate an experience for someone based on their interests. Is there a way that when people come to Treefort and they can kind of find like make their own almost schedule?
Yes. So
tell us about that.
I mean, number one, like we have this incredible app that our dev team built. They were volunteers when they first built it.
Wow.
And our app has now been modeled by a few other festivals, which is just so cool.
There you go.
I mean, it's just incredible. And marketing team works closest with the app team, and they're always coming up with new ideas. You know, we have a few new features this year. Some of them have not debuted yet, so I won't say, but in ways that help you pair your likings. We have playlists that are genre specific. And everything in the app is going to help you get there. The blog is going to help you get there. So if you're new to Treefort, the website and app are your best friends. It's going to help you find everything that you need, and including those curated playlists of like, this is the best route for you. And I always encourage you to try other things. But
definitely,
if you just are like, I don't know, I just want to be told what to do. Great. We have that.
Right. And you can also like, look day by day and add people to your lineup and on your schedule, right?
Yeah. So you can, right before the schedule came out, you could heart someone. And now that the schedule is out, your hearts have now been added to your schedule. So you have a personal schedule on your app that you can also share with your friends, and you can name your friend's schedule something cute. Like I always name Megan's Meg's Cal.
I love that.
Yep. And then you get to see where they're going. So it's like a find your friends, but for the app.
Oh, it's so cool.
Not a live location, but you're like, okay, they said they're going here. So that kind of stuff makes it really easy.
So great.
Yes.
I love that. And I know we also have Snowfort coming up too. I know that's kind of, very different, right? Treefort in the spring, and then we have Snowfort kind of up more where it's chilly.
Yep.
Neil Francis.
So exciting.
Blue to Tiger.
Oh my. When I saw Blue a couple years ago, Treefort, that was the first year we were at Main Stage, but Main Stage in the park. She played at the hall on Thursday of that year. And I mean, everyone goes in being like, Blue to Tiger, like, cool, DJ, woo. The girl shreds on guitar up there.
Shreds.
Absolutely shreds. Just looks like a total badass, if I may. And
you may.
And so having Blue to Tiger back, having Neil Francis back, like, it's very, very exciting to have them. And we have some amazing local support behind it, which is also one of the beautiful parts of how Snowfort has kind of worked out, is that it tends to be headliners that are visiting and then local support through and through. So the lineup this year, I won't try and go through it and list it because I don't want to miss anyone, but I'm super excited to have everyone up there. And Snowfort is so fun. Working with Tamarack is so fun.
We love Tamarack.
Yep. We started doing it in 2020 excuse me. Our first Snowfort was in 2020. And this is like, 2 weeks before the world shut down. So there wasn't a whole lot of understanding or premise of what was happening. We hadn't even canceled Treefort yet, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
So maybe it's 3 weeks, maybe there's enough time there. But one of my favorite stories of Snowfort happening this year is that the band that was headlining was Deluxe, and Miss Angel Abaya was there with us because Angel used to work for Treefort as well, was on the press team. And Angel met her now partner, Sean, who's the head of Deluxe.
Oh my God.
And they like fell in love then. And Angel, if I'm outing you, sorry, but
hey, Snowfort, Treefort's for lovers.
Yes, it's true.
Totally. Yeah. And then it wasn't until years later when they both had made changes in their lives and Angel had moved and they were in the same place that they actually came together. But now they work together and produce together, and he's a big part of Jelly Haha.
Oh, wow.
It's so beautiful.
I mean, it's like the Treefort experience goes into Snowfort all the same. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Snowfort's very exciting. And talk about getting to ski and then après super hard while watching bands.
Like it's a dream environment.
If only we can get some snow this year.
I know.
Fingers crossed. And I'm sure they're going to. I think they've been making snow up there.
Okay, great.
So that's
the groundhog did say 6 more weeks of winter.
Did. Yeah.
So I'm holding out on one good last snow.
Yeah.
Well, Phil hasn't been here. So
Phil,
I'm not so sure. Maybe in Minnesota.
I know, or Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that whole block up there. But I mean, for people that are wanting to experience Treefort, should they go for resources, for tickets? Do you recommend any certain, like you need to go for 3 days, or what's the difference in kind of that different experience they can have?
Yeah. I mean, I think it really depends on what you're able to commit to. So, one, the website, treefortmusicfest.com, is a great place to find everything. The app, download the app. It's so amazing. But if you are new to Treefort, you just want to come check it out, I do recommend getting passes ahead of time. And I don't know if all passes are released yet in terms of single day passes and things like that. Sometimes they stagger those. But if you just want to come for a day and you just want to go to the main stage area and you don't necessarily want to go even into main stage, you can just do that. You can come and bring your kids. so family friendly, amazing kid fort experiences all around. So that's a really great way to like intro yourself to it. But if you do also want to see music and go into the main stage area, you can pay to have a main stage pass, go in there, see the bands. If you just want to go to one of the forts, that's pretty easy. But most of the venues, they do require having a wristband. So there are day passes to the entire fest. There are day passes to just main stage, but they're not typically day passes to a venue or a single show or things like that. We don't do a whole lot of single show walk-up things. So I would say you have plenty of time now. What are we, February 5th, to kind of do your research, your homework, and start with one thing. That's a lot. It's really overwhelming. Start with one thing and just see if that works for you, if you can figure out how to do that. And if you are able to, sink in. Do the 5 days. Get the 5-day GA. Just do it. You're going to find, you don't even know what you're going to find yet. Like you said, like walking into a room and being like, what? I get so many people that they say their favorite way to experience Treefort is they stumble into a room. Oh, nice. You know, and they're like, I had no idea.
New possibilities. Yeah.
Yeah. So plenty of ways to explore.
Definitely.
I love it. Yeah. Well, from last year being my first year going to Treefort, I fully endorse it. It was such an amazing experience, and being able to just be in the art scene and just support all these amazing artists, whether they're local or, you know, bigger names. Yeah. It's just such an amazing experience. And remind me dates again.
March 25th through 29th.
Perfect. Okay. So
Wednesday to Sunday.
So you have a lot of time now. Grab your tickets, because is this something that sells out, or do you guys have tickets all the way up until the day?
We sold out last year. We didn't sell out until, you know, let's say Friday night. And we totally sold out. So
incredible.
I'm going to say that's a first for us, which was really awesome and incredible. Yeah. And I have no idea how it will go, but I know that ticket sales have been doing great in terms of consistency, and people are excited about this year.
Definitely. So. I've been hearing a lot of buzz. You know, it's great living downtown because you run into somebody all the time. Yeah. And everybody that I interact with is always, you know, the big name I keep hearing over and over again is Geese.
I know.
Yeah. I know everybody. There's so many great headliners. Check them all out.
Yeah. Geese is like good for like your 12-year-old son and your 60-year-old dad.
Exactly. Love it. It's for everybody.
And all in between.
Oh, absolutely. It's just it's a very special experience, and it's really fun to not only hear but feel the buzz.
Yeah.
So
yay.
Yeah.
Love that.
We do have some personal fun wrap-up questions for you.
Consider yourself in the hot seat.
I know. Is your seat warm yet?
Sweating.
Hot? Yeah. So as far as Treefort goes, I know people have asked you this time and time again, but do you have a favorite part of the week?
I love Wednesday. I love Wednesday. People are excited. They really are. And again, this is where I have to remind myself, even marathon, not a sprint. Because Wednesday, just the energy is so high. Everyone's been waiting all year for this to happen, and it's here. So box office is crazy. You're waiting to get your wristband, and then you're going to like the first thing you can. So I think Storyfort every year kicks off the fest with an event that happens on Wednesday. And I think it's like a cool photographer meetup type thing. But for me, Wednesday is the best. I also get to kick off Wednesday. So that's something I have historically placed myself in. Yes. And that is following suit of the people that came before me. Beautiful. When we had main stage in the parking lot, we used to start at 4:20 p.m. And So now I've kind of like, you know, I'm just a small version of that, but I kick off Hap at 9:30 on Wednesday. And for me, it's such a fun way to start the festivities. And also, again, everyone is so excited to be doing it. So Sunday drag brunch at Aylfort is always a good time and hilarious because you're so tired. You're like, what is happening?
Right. Just a little delirious.
Starting early.
Yeah. So those are all really fun things. And there's 1,000 things in between there that I love. But yeah,
absolutely.
I love that. Yeah. Well, with working with obviously everything that goes into Treefort and just Duck Club Presents, do you have like a favorite artist or band that you've worked with, or like a funny story maybe?
Sure. Probably impossible to say a favorite artist. Definitely. I mean,
fair enough.
Yeah. I just have so much love for everything that people put into their work and seeing the uniqueness throughout it. locally, I have so many people that I support and continue to support and continue to get to see them grow. Noelle, you're one of them.
Thank you.
Like it's so cool to see that. Scare Lewis.
Oh yeah.
But that's, I work so much with DJs in the community. And so I definitely have like my heavy hitters there. Definitely have my heavy hitters on the band side, who I named some of them earlier. Macy Matravers, like just, wow. If you haven't heard her voice is incredible. And, touring acts, I have one of my favorite people that has come to Treefort, who's also a friend of mine, DJ Scooby. And he is like telenovela drama, and
love it.
You feel it when you watch him. So he won't be here this year, but that's definitely one of the favorite things I've gotten to experience. In terms of like seeing a friend come here for the first time and play the festival.
Amazing.
Yeah, but definitely there's no favorites.
Yeah.
There's none. Yeah.
Just all special experiences.
Yeah. All DJs are my children.
Yep. Yeah. I feel it.
I'm excited to see Father Joe and Misty coming in only because, well, one, love him as an artist, but two, I have a friend who works in like audio production. He was actually just traveling around with Sarah Kingsley, and they went to a festival. I forget where it was at. I think maybe in Denver.
Yeah.
But he told me a funny story of how, like, I guess back in the green room area, there's only one male restroom. And so he went in, apparently just like blew it up, and was just kind of like, oh God, I wish I didn't do this. He opens the door, and Father John Misty was the guy waiting right after him. And he's like, I feel so horrible that I did this, and now he has to go in there. I couldn't even imagine. And like, that's, I guess, on like a bigger scale too.
That's like first date nightmares.
Oh my God. For real.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That story just made me crack up. I'm like, well, he's coming to Boise. So hopefully
just somebody do it to him again at Treefort. Just courtesy flush.
Courtesy flush, everyone. I will say one thing I'm excited about this year is that FemHouse is coming and activating. And if you don't know what FemHouse is, check them out, LP Giobi. FemHouse is coming. It's ran by some amazing femme people, and they are doing an activation on Friday and Saturday. And Noelle is on that lineup. Ooh. And on Saturday, they're doing this whole you can come and play with some gadgets type thing.
Ooh.
So for all the young aspiring DJs, for all of the people that have been doing it forever, it's a way to talk to an instructor and kind of like be knee deep in it for fun.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
So what a cool partnership. I mean, that's something that I love about the fest is all the partners that we work with too. So
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
On that note, we've touched on during this podcast that we've seen a lot of change in the Boise community, and there is something for everybody. There's always something new happening. There's a lot of growth all the time. Is there a future endeavor or something that's changed about this year that you are super, super excited about?
Okay, no, something I'm really excited about for this year and changes. The FemHouse thing is definitely one of them. We have this whole new secret handshake thing, which the secret handshake has a great story behind it because in, let's say, 2013, 2014, 2015, one of these years, we tried to do like a version of a VIP pass, which Treefort's never had a VIP pass. We have a zipline pass, which gets you to the front of the line, but we've never done any sort of VIP thing.
Right.
We've made different areas that you can pay a little more for to have like a chair to sit in and private bathrooms. But the secret handshake, what it used to be was that Eric Gilbert would walk you around and go to shows with you, which quickly was like not feasible. If you work for the festival, you are running around doing things the whole time. And when you get moments to hang out with people, it's a great moment. But it was quickly not a thing. So we're bringing back the secret handshake. And no, you do not get a personal tour of the festival from Eric Gilbert. But it's just like going to be a really cool way for people who are wanting just like a little bit of an elevated experience, main stage, to interact with not only potentially artists, but staff, have a private little area. I think there's going to be a few different activations in there. Even like a cool vintage thing going on.
Oh, amazing.
And speaking of, we have a market for the first time. So Treefort Market is opening up, which is so exciting. I mean, for years, it's been in the works kind of thing. We always have had our own merch and our merch store at the main stage, but we are doing the Treefort Market. So vendors from in and out of town. Sometimes it's people with audio gear. Sometimes it's your favorite vintage seller, handmade things, whatever it is. And it's going to be at the Boise Center.
Incredible.
So, yeah.
Oh, man. Well, with so many venues this year, too, and obviously you've worked through a ton of them, do you have a favorite venue to see a show? Or are you more of like an indoor, outdoor vendor gal?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm more indoor or outdoor. I really don't. Again, seeing Sophie Tucker that was outside. I don't even think I could have told you if I was inside or outside.
Yeah. You know? But you were there. Yeah.
I was there and like sober as a bird, mind you.
But it just
so excited to see it and was like, you're just so immersed in it. So inside, outside, nobody knows. Especially when you're like in it, you're sweating regardless. So.
Oh yeah.
Favorite venue. I am biased. I love Treefort Music Hall. I think it's been an incredible, it's been an incredible act of love from everyone that's put it together. It's the Shrine Ballroom, the Shrine Basement, If you have not been to the Shrine Basement, Shrine Social Club, that basement, it's dark, eerie, red. It's vibey. You feel like,
for sure.
Yeah. You feel like you're in a different city, maybe even a different country. I've had so many different folks comment on how they feel about it. And it's always something like that.
It's kind of sexy.
Favorite.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. It is sexy. And we just got a new restaurant down there, Toro's Tacos.
Yeah.
And they're pretty well known and they're just crushing. They're so busy.
So for them.
Yeah, constantly seeing DoorDash orders from them and all that stuff. But they're amazing. And so in terms of our venues, I'm biased. But I also, I really love Pengilly's. I think it's a great place for some of our Americana acts to go to, country, folk, Americana. I really love that some of the DJs get this crazy intimate experience at Space Banana, which Space Banana is newer to the fest last year. I think maybe 2 years ago was their first year. And there's always a line, but they have made amazing creative ways for you to stand in line and have a silent disco going while you're waiting to get in, and then you're in and you're like, oh my God, I can't move. But I think they've done a really good job. And let's see, Neurolux is a family staple.
Oh, truly.
For sure.
Yeah. It's not for the family. But Neurolux, that was
For chosen family. It's for chosen family.
Yes, 21 and up.
Yes.
Right. Chosen adult family.
Adult family. That's like Neurolux has played such a big part in being a host as a venue to the music scene here, and they still are. And they've hosted the kind of like the Sunday night end all party for a long time, and they still do some of that. And those parties are more so focused at our venues now. But Neurolux, yeah, time and time again, I love them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm missing 1,000 other places. So.
No, yeah. I love that you mentioned Pengilly too, because I feel like beyond obviously Treefort, like there aren't a lot of places that like consistently have live music, and I love that how on the weekends they always do. And I also met Post Malone there. So what a cool
I love that
spot. Oh yeah, no, he was super kind, super nice. It was after he was here last year.
Okay, yeah.
And we got a nice little picture together where I'm sitting on his lap. So that was crazy.
Yeah.
It's a great picture. I saw it on her story.
A nice little photo together.
I think I was out of town when Lauren posted that. And I remember being like, I was going through my Instagram stories and I was like, what is happening?
She's just like
friends. They look like best friends.
I'm like, no, this is my day one, actually.
Yep. You are best friends.
You are. Yes.
Posty, what's up?
The amount of people that were like, is this AI? And I'm like, no, this is very real. And I didn't expect to see him. But yeah, I was like just talking with him because he had come into Pengilly. A bunch of people followed him in.
Yeah,
and I was with some friends who were out of town and they were like, oh my gosh, like Post Malone's at Pengilly's, like we need to go. And I was like, I like Post Malone. I wouldn't say I'm like his number one top fan, but like I do enjoy his music. And so I was like, yeah, sure, like why not? Like let's go see.
Yeah.
He's getting like bombarded in the back. And so my friends are like, let's just grab a table and like dance and whatever.
Yeah.
And him and his like team, like his brother was with him, bodyguards, they kind of like shuffled back in and like got to like a corner. And I think people kind of just forgot that he was there because he was kind of
he was like, bye-bye.
Yeah, right. He kind of like secluded himself in the corner. But when we were dancing, we were like right next to his table. And maybe it's also just because I have this job. I was like, I have to go say something. Like I have to like post about this, you know?
Yeah.
And so I kind of walked up and just like chat with him for a couple minutes and then politely asked if I could grab a photo. And he was like, yeah, sure. Just grabs me, puts me on his lap. I was like, oh, okay.
You know, I'll take it.
Yeah. But yeah, we got some silly photos. And to this day, I still have people asking me about that. But rumor has it he might have a house out here somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not super sure on that though.
He might. I think he does. Talk about some Boise charm, though. I mean, for an artist to come to Pengilly's, this tiny little place,
right?
And for you to just have this awesome, random, one-off intimate experience, that's Boise charm right there.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, that's just like a signal that maybe we're going to be getting a lot more bigger artists coming in. I also heard he tipped the staff like $10,000 or something while he was there, which I thought as a celeb, you should when you have that type of access.
Automatically. I actually I expect that.
Yeah, totally.
At this point. Only if you're nice.
Yes.
I don't want your money if you're mean.
Right. Sorry. Exactly. On the note of the Boise charm that we have here, you mentioned a little bit earlier, we're a very unique city where you can see those very worldly, incredible artists where there are 12 people in the room. Mm-hmm. Is there a favorite show from Treefort or Duck Club events that you have just been blown away or really surprised you or just really, really sticks in your memory?
Yes. I mean, there's a few, but Mdu Mokhtar was amazing. And I might be saying that wrong, but I had seen them before. So I did have like a experience with them beforehand, but there's something about seeing them in your hometown that is just incredible. And they blew me away. Sampha was incredible. Wow. Probably one of my favorite shows of all time. Wow. And that happened at Treefort Music Hall. And those are just artists that are really powerful in what they're doing and have bold statements about who they are and how they represent their part of the world and their music and things like that. So, amazing. Yes, those are just a few. There's a lot of people. Yeah, there's so many people. I think it's Angelica Garcia. Mm-hmm. And Angelica Garcia played last year at Treefort Hall right before Empress of, which I had the honor of playing with Empress of.
Wow.
But these two just badass women who honestly had the same outfit on. I don't think they knew it until they saw each other.
Dream. I know.
And they both were like,
yeah.
It was really great. The amount of people that want to come to a place like Idaho that I will say sometimes we struggle with our diversity, right? Mm-hmm, like we are hopefully growing in a positive way towards having a more inclusive environment wherever we are, and diversity is growing in that way. And having the college here is such a great way to bring younger people here. We have a huge refugee community. There's so many ways to participate in someone else's culture here.
Absolutely.
And so having artists like that come to our town and bring out maybe people that wouldn't normally come to shows because it's kind of like, if you're a young girl and you don't see yourself in the movie, like it's hard to relate. So it's sometimes getting to see these families be like, that's my culture, that's my music, that's my history, and coming out. So,
well, what a special, thing to be a part of in terms of being able to really think intentionally about servicing all of the communities that we have in Boise and showing that, music here is so boundless.
Yeah.
And that there is so much culture that we get to experience.
Yeah.
It's very, very special.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I also want to know, I bet as a talent buyer, you have your own favorite artists. Do you have a dream band or artist that like you would just go ecstatic for if you could book?
Yeah. So I read this question last night and I immediately knew my answer. And I'm sure there's other artists. But every day I wake up and I go, idols. I want to bring idols here so badly. I hope one day they will come. I got to see them at Pappy and Harriet's in Joshua Tree 2021, Halloween. It was crazy. And they've just grown so much as an artist, and they're just incredible people who represent a lot of things that I love. So idols is someone I would love to bring here. I'm trying to think of like another genre type person I would love to bring, because I know there's one. I mean, I think it would be really amazing to bring someone like Chappell Roan, which that's like shoot for the stars.
Right.
Why
totally.
not? But Eric actually we work with Chappell Roan's agent on other projects, and a lot of other things. Again, Chappell Roan started off just like all the other artists, small.
Right. Yep. She's in parks.
Think about Lola Young. Last
my
year. I
gosh.
remember there was like a conversation, you do the guessing every year.
Yeah.
To think about her exponential growth in the last year, it was people were like, "Oh, Remy Wolf or Lola Young is going to be on the lineup." Obviously, Remy Wolf ended up
spot on guessing.
Yeah, they killed it. I mean, it was so impressive. But I remember going through those comments, and now to see what happened, not just this last weekend,
at the
Grammys, where now Lola Young has a Grammy. So
I can't stop thinking about that performance that she did for the Grammys.
Oh.
Incredible.
Insane. Falling.
I know.
Falling. So moving.
I mean, I think this is for all artists. And when I think about people I'm excited to book, it's because I see someone like Lola Young authentically just being themselves. And the clothes they put on each day, they're just being themselves. The way they rock themselves is themselves.
Yes.
And that is, it sounds so easy, but it is hard to do sometimes. And we have to lean into that. We have to be like unconcerned with how others think of us. And that is not always easy to do. So someone like Lola Young, of course, they're going to get a Grammy. They don't give a fuck.
I feel great.
Yeah. I kind of actually want to open up that question. Noelle, who would you want to see come to Boise? And I'll tell you mine.
Gosh. Well, I'm going to be honest.
Comment below.
No, seriously, comment below.
This is manifestation, guys. So we're going to make it happen.
You actually made one of my favorite artists that I was dying to see come, and it was Ingie.
Oh,
yes. I love her music. I have really just resonated with it so deeply over the last year of my life. They're not coming to Treefort this year, but one of my favorite bands, and they're actually coming in April, is Twen. They're going to Shrine.
Yes.
And I was so thrilled to see that they were coming. But I think that they're one of those bands to me that like is so exemplary of Treefort. This, they almost have a Boise, a sound that I feel like resonates with the Boise community. It just as a baseline.
Yeah.
But I saw them in Seattle a couple years back, and I was genuinely shocked at how small the venue was. And I just want nothing but the best for them. And I hope to just see them explode because they're so great and such talent. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm stoked your artists that you want to see are coming.
I know. It's really exciting. I might go to Seattle to see them for the weekend and then come see them here again.
Love it. I love that.
Hey, get as much in as you can.
I know.
Right?
Ingie became a reality real quick because I went to Capitol Hill Block Party this last year. And Yeji, so confusing, different. Yeji was supposed to perform their main stage Saturday. Yeji's flight got messed up, whatever. So Ingie subbed in for Yeji. Ingie was already playing, but a different stage. And she crushed it.
Yes.
And this is someone who's like, I went to school to be a lawyer. Like she was doing other things.
Smart and hot.
And
Talented.
I would say most of them are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seems to be the kind of trend.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I feel like for me.
Yeah.
Oh, let me think. I think artists, or I guess more a band, I think would be really good here. Be Foster the People.
Oh,
yeah.
I love them. I know it's a little bit more of like a throwback answer, but
I love
they're
that.
still touring, and they
that.
released an album. What was it? I think last year or maybe 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
But I just love them. I think they'd be so fun.
Yeah.
But if we were to go like ultimate goal, he would never because we're too small. But I would love if Tame Impala came.
Oh my
Imagine
God.
that.
I was like, that's not impossible.
It's not impossible. Let's
manifest.
Let's speak it into existence.
Right.
We're verbalizing it here in this room.
Yeah, those are great. Those are
Right.
great.
Well, I saw him back in like right before the pandemic. I saw him literally
okay.
in March of 2020, and then California went on lockdown a week later.
Yeah.
So blessed that I was at the super spreader event. But literally.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, never got COVID though, so let's go. But it was just such an incredible experience, and like beyond just like obviously how great of an artist he is and the way he controls the crowd, but just like the visuals And I love when artists have good visuals. Remy Wolf had some good ones last year too.
I mean, that's like the artist and their team. This is how these artists grow, and sometimes why they cost more is because they bring their own amazing team with them. And I work on production to a certain extent, but I'm not the production person. And our production team, they're incredible. So getting to see, our incredible Treefort production, our incredible Duck Club production teams work with other incoming people is, I'm sure, a challenge sometimes for both parties to come together, but they always do. They always make something magical. So like the visuals, the lighting, I mean, the main stage visuals are always so fun, but the things that the artists bring are very, very cool. Yeah.
Spencer, who would be your dream artist to see at Treefort?
So, as someone who's heavily inspired by this in like 2012, so cliche, Skrillex.
Whoa. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Ronson talks about Skrillex. Mark Ronson has been remixed 1,000 times with that song Animal.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But Mark Ronson recently put out kind of like an autobiography, and he reads it himself and talks about Skrillex in there at one point. Cause the way he like name drops things is pretty funny. He'll like describe the person and then be like, turns out that person was, Skrillex. But I mean, some of these legendary performers, I love the throwback. I love hearing Foster the People or Skrillex because they're like, as a performer, it takes a long time to grow, and they're still a part of the conversation because they're continuing to grow, right? They've taught us so much, so why would we not still honor that and want to see them? I mean, we just announced Iron and Wine, just awesome artists that have taught all of us so much. So
So great.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in one last one. I would love to see Fred again here.
Oh, I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Next level.
And let's throw in John Summit too, or in a conversation.
Put it in the comments.
Right. I'm like, come here, be shirtless, have so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boise, how we feeling, baby?
For sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like there's just so much fun opportunities coming in just a few short weeks.
Yes.
I mean, we've loved having you on the podcast and chatting.
You for having me.
Do you have any other questions?
I don't. Is there anything that you'd like to plug?
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah, give us the plug list.
Plug it all.
I mean, if I were to plug something, number one, the festival. Just come experience it if you haven't. Hit us up if you have questions. I'm pretty excited for some upcoming shows. Magic City Hippies is one of them that's coming up here pretty soon. I know you're excited for that one. Damien Gerardo is a good one. I don't know. I'd have to look at my phone, to be honest. My mind is rotating with schedule.
Naturally. It's a busy day for you. So we thank you for being here and taking some time to chat with us.
Is there anything I should plug?
Well, you're an artist yourself.
There you go. Yeah, where can we find you?
Where can we find you?
So I go by Izzy Azalea, Izze, and the play on Iggy Azalea, which I decided 10 years ago.
Love it.
Might change at one point, but when you talk about someone that you're inspired by musically and how they sound, Abo is that for me. Whenever I get to start producing myself, I hope to make music like they do. Well, I think. We'll see.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Izzy, thank you so much for hopping onto the podcast.
Yes,
and just a reminder, Treefort, March 25th through 29th. Grab your tickets online at Treefort.
Yes.
And then don't forget to see Izzy as well.
Yes.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. And at Treefort Wednesday.
Whoop, whoop.
Kick it off with you, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kicking off Treefort, and then buy your tickets for Snowfort as well.
Yes.
March 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
Hosted by the one and only Jilly FM.
Yes.
So super exciting and so many fun things coming up.
Yes. Cool.
Great. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Totally Boise Hot Seat podcast. We'll tune into you later.